Welcome back. It's time for a final guest here, and boy, do we have a final guest for you guys. We're joined for an interesting conversation by Nigerian screenwriter and film director Damilola Orimogunje. Yes. Did I get it right, though?
Almost.
Oh.
After all that effort. Anyway,
Right.
He's worked with various production outlets like Royal Roots, Mnet Africa, and Film One as a writer and content producer.
You
right?
are welcome, Damilola.
Thank
Great
you
to
very
have you
much.
here. You
It's
don't
great to be here.
look like the average.
Like what?
You know, you look very different. You look like I don't know now. If they said he was a director, I would say no, he's too young.
Wow.
Interesting.
But tell me about your experience as a director first off.
I mean, pretty much I've been in the industry doing different things, screenwriting, producing for TV.
For how
then
long?
7, 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty much, and right now I'm like fully a screenwriter, director. Basically everything, filmmaker.
Oh, fantastic.
Amazing. Amazing. So now what has that journey been like for
I mean,
you?
it's been amazing because,
Obviously.
I mean, it's what I'm passionate about. I feel like filmmaking is my first love. You know, I don't see myself doing anything else aside from, you know, making films or doing anything in the arts sphere. So basically for me, it's been interesting. It's been crazy also, challenging, you know, but overall, you know, it's incredible, basically.
You know what I think? I think most people who are behind the scenes when it comes to Nigerian movies are people don't exactly know the worth of these people. A director, for instance, if you told anybody, hey, you just saw a fantastic movie, they'd be like, yes, that movie was grand. All they say is the people who are in it, who featured in it, who acted in it.
Yeah.
They never seem to think that so much work, if not 90% of the work, is actually done behind the cameras.
Yeah.
So for a director,
Right.
what exactly is that thing that differentiates a good movie from the other that the director is directly involved in?
I mean, for example, I personally don't like being on the limelight. Everyone that knows me knows that I want to just be behind the cameras, you know. So I think for me that's fair, you know. But essentially, as a filmmaker, it's about putting out good work, putting out work that will be impactful to people, you know. And then for me as a director, what makes a good film is basically the impact. You know, it could be impact in an entertaining way. It could be impact in an educative way. It could be basically just, it needs to resonate. You know, art form is not just you immersing the art and then doesn't do anything to you. It has to be impactful. So that's basically a good film for me.
Definitely. Now, talking about the world impact, now that actually strikes concerning the movie For Maria.
Yes.
I mean, I happened to be a student at Elka when you came in to talk to us about the movie, and of course, we're talking about behind the scenes, the craziness of all of that. Right. Now, what made you connect with that movie, considering For Maria is a story rooted and grounded talking about postpartum depression and what women go through after putting to bed?
Yeah, so as a filmmaker or as an artist, I particularly love social issues stories. You know, I just love stories that people don't talk about. You know, so at the point when I wanted to make my debut feature film, as a matter of fact, you know, I'd made films about prostitution, about human trafficking, about religion fanaticism. You know, at this point, I wanted to make a very impactful film. You know, and randomly, I was speaking to a friend about postpartum depression, you know, and then I started talking about how Nigerians, or basically Africans, don't talk about these issues, or don't even know about it, you know, and then the way we actually talk about mental illness or we treat it, you know, is abysmal, you know, and at that point, I also read through a thread on Twitter, which basically was a woman highlighting her issues, you know, after she gave birth, and then a couple of other women actually had the same sentiments, you know, like we're just talking about it, and it just occurred to me that this is the story right here. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm not, you know, I'm not a woman, or I'm not, you know, I don't have a child, or I can't, you know, I've not gone through it, you know. But I feel like as an artist, there are different ways in which you can immerse yourself in a story, you know, which was the entire journey which we went through, you know, eventually to be able to make this film.
Tell you what, let's take a look at the trailer for Maria, and when we get back, I've got a very interesting question I'd like to ask you.
All right.
We'll be right back.
She bled so much on the table. It was the only way to save her life. She's so strong. She made it.
That's the part we don't see. When a child is born, it's a happy occasion. Families get together, we eat, we drink, we felicitate and all. But nobody knows what happens when people go back home, especially when it comes to the mother. Meg Otawa, by the way, fantastic actress. But she had to undergo some real changes when it comes to being that role. How did you get her to be that person?
I mean, quite interesting. You know, after writing the script with my co-writer, I realized that whoever will play the role therein has to be committed. You know, it's like it's a transformation. You know, mentally, physically, and I just wanted everything to look so real. You know, I didn't want to use prosthetics or, you know, wing it. You know, basically. So she's been a friend. You know, we've been talking for a while before the project, and I sent her the script, and I understand that she's kind of acted also very committed. I mean, she appreciates her craft seriously, you know. So I mean, when I told her what I really wanted from the role, like I wanted her to go in deep, you know. She had to think over it, you know, for like a day. She came back and then she was like, okay, Dami, this is a serious work, but let's do it. Wow. And yeah. Amazing.
So now, what was your most challenging part of acting this, or of directing this movie? Considering the fact that you actually directed using a live baby. And if you watch that movie, you know that the screams were real. Right. What did you guys do to that
must
baby?
have been hair-tearing.
What did you guys do?
Well, I mean, people have been asking, you know, different questions about the baby. You know, I just tell them that, you know, the baby read the script and then...
Wow.
How much did you pay the baby?
Wow, am I supposed to say that yet? Yeah. Nah.
There's always the first.
But the baby was well paid for an actual baby, you know. And, I mean, for what you asked, I think, you know, basically, what we did was simple, you know. Meg loves baby a lot, you know, and what we just did was, you know, I tried to make her stay away from we used 3 babies on set, you know, so I told her to just stay away from like.
There's a lot of babies, a lot of screaming, a lot of crying. I don't want to be.
I feel like that was like the most challenging for me pre-production because I've worked with child actors before, but I've never worked with a baby. And realizing that I have to direct a baby, and then baby has to like. It was crazy, you know. But when we got on set, you know, I think the trick worked, which was basically Meg not engaging with the baby. Gabriel Falayot's number were actually like close to the baby, so it was just normal.
That gave you an experience into being a father.
Go on, please.
Tell you what, do you like games? Because we've got a game here that we play every Friday. This one's a different one. You're going to like it. It's very simple. All we need is a chair. So you're going to stay and we'll play together, yes? Of course you will. We'll be right back to stay tuned. When we get back, it's going to be game day.